Okay, second video. Go Sharing with Jesus is Tom. Be sure to like and subscribe. The next thing I want to talk about. So I've heard some okay boomer stuff. You annoying, whoever you are saying that. I don't know if it's the millennials. I don't know who's saying that. Let's see now. We had Gen. I don't know where millennials are, and Gen X or Z. I don't know what we're on. So, but I want to talk about a student who's about to graduate from high school. Gave me the startling realization that his life had been bookended by 9/11. Born in 9/11, or in that era, where one of the country's great disasters, and now about to graduate, if school goes on. It's not clear what's happening right now. Graduate during the great pandemic of 2020. So how strange is that? And he remarked on it, and it was something that he lived. It's this whole world. And I thought, wow, yeah, that's important. And I was trying to also connect with a text and do other things. So also, and now reflecting later, I thought, I'm thinking right now, also the whole iPhone revolution, where screens haven't replaced human contact, but they've become a means of communication that is so ubiquitous that it's shocking and startling and sets us back on our heels if we're of a very strong traditional flavor. Now I'm not that exactly, except for in that I was born and picked up the technology revelation well into my adulthood. So, but I was on board with computers. I wasn't a computer nerd that I built computers and was at the beginning of computers, but I was definitely, when they started taking over, I was riding that wave. I was putting a website up, and I bought several domain names and was putting stuff up in the late 90s when MySpace was a thing. And I had a website, and I put content up, and I felt like, boy, this is something revolutionary, and it was amazing to me. And I thought, I got to get in on this. And then as smartphones came in, I was not real early to that game, but I got in on the smartphone revolution as well. And now I have an iPhone, which I love, and I just upgraded to a decent iPhone. But that's something that also this young man has lived in this really strange new world, where some things have changed so dramatically from previous generations, but that this generation alive right now, these things are their normal world, where buildings are blown up by terrorists, knocked down by airplanes, and the whole world is shut down by a pandemic. And then that nobody lives outside of the smartphone realm. That TikTok videos, of course, are normal entertainment. Nobody's watching Father Knows Best, for goodness sakes, or Family Ties. Whatever that was, it might be gone. So this pandemic, to me, I felt like we were in some kind of transition. And what I want to get at with this video as I conclude, because I want to keep it short, what I want to conclude with is people my age, if you're okay boomer, right now, our major concern has to be to pass everything we know on to the next generation. In some way, we're really honestly releasing our control. Releasing and saying, look, you're going to have challenges that are different than anything. The challenges that are normal to you are at the tail end of my life, and they are just wild. Wild is your normal. Wild is your normal. And for me, wild has been my normal, but it's not like this. Something is changing, and we have to, if you're somebody with wisdom, find ways right now to transfer that wisdom in any way you can. We've got to make some kind of space on YouTube or some kind of transfer where we're giving everything that we have. Our whole lives have to be given up. It's what Jesus calls us to do, and it's what's true, that we're all dying, and if you're at the tail end of your life, it's time to give everything up and give everything away to a new generation. And to do it willingly is going to be some kind of great, generous act of self-sacrifice. We're called to die, and to do it while we're alive. We're going to die, but we're to die to self while we're alive and give everything away. So that is some strange call that I'm going to try and be pushing into and wrestling with these next couple years, maybe. I don't know. So pandemic 2020, head into my work. I'm in one of the places that is allowed to still participate in the work environment. I'm one of the legal businesses. Is that guy gonna, you want me to come out? Okay. So, I'm gonna go to work, and I'll talk to you later. Negotiating with Jesus. This is Tom. Like and subscribe, comment below. Goodbye.